Hello, family, friends, fellow poets, and everyone in cyberspace. My name is Eric Laurence Glassman. Today I'll be reading you my poetry book, Beyond the Stars, which is available on Amazon.com. Me, Eric Laurence Glassman, reading to you my book, Beyond the Stars. Beyond the Stars. A pure existence. Gone mad by the raging sounds that speak through us, bright red lilies wave in the morning sunshine, while they reflect off the pavement. In the courtyard I kiss you with a sweet delight that brings shivers down my spine, delivering me salutations so we can journey out throughout the country on the road to a pure existence. Up next, planning for the feast. Planning for the feast. Words are calling all the way back home. My mind is adrift, floating leisurely, while space guides us to a better tomorrow that is filled with hopes and dreams. As the hail nailed our town, in the madness I reap from desire, our paths will cross again as we celebrate the twilight that delivers promises well kept and still, watching shadows dance as we gather together, planning for the feast. My thought is tight, buzzed to life on my way, waiting in the streams that dominate thought and puts her on trial, like criminals subtracting reality as we go, seeking something frothy and belligerent, while I wade in the wild creeks, sweeten salvation that moves me into another form of reality. My thought is tight this fine day. At night we will pray. The sun awakens with a piercing ray that seems to melt away the time as we are having fun this wonderful day. The old queen liked to control, but she passed away while the congregation let themselves out. At night we will pray, enjoying the view, magical journey up to the mountains, overlooking a peak that takes care of a river and the horned freak, weaving his trail with his sparkling wine and overindulgent behavior. Make a mark on your life as you absorb the inner flow that curses our veins and bodies, in with the heavenly glow that lurks on our city streets. The white angel is so kind, defining the rhythm and living so fine. Blue skies of liberty, I am in with your clouds. That firebomb blown out nasty trail of goodness that clears up free space for me and from you. To respect and indulge in the sure masses that do exist while we scale the mountain, enjoying the view. Up next, calling me back home. Calling me back home. Exploring winter, the ice storm that raids the time, flowing with the river of silence that reveals hidden tributaries, deciphering humanity, so lost but infamous, at least notorious to the normal folk, all that persuades me to live my own life on the edge, while I dive into drunken days as the storm shouts out loud, calling me back home. In a moment, through the wall, deciphering it all, moving slowly in nature, a barred owl entertains my wild side, up, down, and not forgotten. My world is in chaos, one word at a time, while the blood drips in a devilish mode that disrupts life, bringing death to the forefront. In a moment we could drown or die with a lack of pride. Up next, passing fads. Passing fads. Passing fads that roll to the open shore and uplift us with words that I adore. Sinking in a desperate idol, making his mart of a newfound art, a trivial pursuit with endless games of tomorrow that flow through to the other side, pulsating through our veins, reminding us that we are really alive. Life is short. Life is short as time is a blessing, Enjoy each day with love and caressing. May it be your partner, your lover, your art, or your drink. Celebrate existence before you're extinct. We only live once, so don't go with the flow. Be who you want. Share what you know. Years will pass like the rays from the sun. Our blood will run thin, weary, and cold, passing away, some of us young and some of us old. Witnessing the future is next. Witnessing the future. Piercing the night, just one more pint that enlivens my spirit on the tropical horizon. Spread apart, wide and fabulous. Deliver me the dance and essence of notions while I roam a million light beams, witnessing the future and what is yet to come. Wandering lost roads brings me joy, bouncing here to there, never in one place very long. Singing through the thick air lifts me up and sets me abound to engage in creativity so wonderfully profound. Literature's dark underbelly, molecules that are hidden beneath the waterway that we coast over so impeccably. In control, this little game of life that I play fire with from night to night. Stuck in literature's dark underbelly, swallowing my pride, taking my mind to places unknown. Up next, the Freedom Ride. The Freedom Ride, whispering in my ear, no more tears as we fight for the greater good. Opalescent night, sweat oozes from my brow as I recoil like a snake, slithering through a marsh in nature, while we live hard begging for the truth that encompasses fear and reinforces our stride. Join me on the Freedom Ride. I have discovered reality. Breakfast beer, universal chimes, deliver me the notes, an ode to the chorus that reciprocates life, while sparrows glide sacred nodes of old, while we set people free in their kingdom and exclusive homes. An elusive mindset, I have discovered reality in my face, so upfront and spellbound. Up next on the course. On the course. Deafening tones so bright that cascade against the backdrop, illuminating the world for our eyes to celebrate and receive. Messages from our mushroom god who points us in the right direction. I'm off to my next destination. The wind reveals a gentle ease, stirring in the midnight hour, deciphering the stars of wisdom that hover without remorse, taking the adventure, setting sail on our course to something intellectual. The mental revolution, on with the flow of feverish waters, waves sputter in, marching with the mental revolution that grasps us and spreads her wings for all of us to have and to hold. While the seasons change, our minds evolve, creating craters and demigods that stir in the muck. We are out of luck while the poet stirs the shitstorm and the moon revolves around the earth. Life comes knocking on my lucid door. These feelings I've had are no more. Clapping to the tragedy. Road to forgiveness, staying sturdy through the flight of creativity that entertains us first and foremost. Grab and shake me, rattling my bones, waking me up when I'm so down. The cute star evolves while spinning so aesthetically in the moonlit sky that befriends us all. Forever now, give me a sign. Seeing demons, I made it with the devil, while visions stir from my heady brain, worshiping desire and discerning optimism, while I coast in the realm of immaculate obscurity. The river flows with an unbranded abandonment that leads us to forgotten lands. Our spectacular intermediate glow that hurls me back and forth right. In our time of dying, so sweet and reflective, as goes the show of a few hands in the audience, clapping to the tragedy. Up next, as we paint the town. As we paint the town, soul searching, the infinite tide that rolls in around midnight, piercing my present, dissecting my ethos, and enhancing my vibe while we wander in the open field. Tall weeds reflect the sun, drinking wine and having fun by the beach. We came closer to a life so insane that dwindles while escaping through the darkest hour that resembles thought patterns, unequivocal words that release us as we paint the town, unhinged and unpredictable. Old money. I'm me and you are you, across the evening avenue. Evil chatters reek of brandy and cigar smoke. Men discuss business in back rooms, setting their passion in place while they sit back in comfortable armchairs, talking all night about old money. Born into it, they snicker and grin, not caring about the little men who grit and grind, making them successful. As the new year approaches is next. As the new year approaches, the pace of life that dwindles away each and every year, time flies by, especially while having fun. I am done while I search the sea for inspiration. Cold air comes in from the north, bringing in ravaging snowstorms, keeping us locked up in our homes. But it makes us feel safe and secure as the new year approaches, bringing in joy and cheer. The sturdy road of the loon, liquid alcohol shot, drunk during the daytime, caught up in the night, red roses single, promises kept. I am in with the gods, I am one with the moon, whose life force deters hatred and lets us all swoon, like a blossoming rose on the sturdy road of the loon. Wandering in the void, to the victors go the spoils, whose conquering surprise looks through insipid eyes, flowering fast while in with the shine that makes us last. One by one we're caught up in the moon, the crazy lunatic inches here to there, while directions come in, distorting waves while deterring the conundrum. In the midst of it all, I verily adhere that I will prevail, for now pursuing the cobblestone trail that is decorated by nature, her contagious beauty, shining through me like a tender kiss from a virgin. Oh, Mother Mary, into your garden we go. Bloom daffodils sing and red roses scale the wall. The green moss climbs a building. Here we are in the midst of it all. Up next, Take Me Away. Taking you away. Wishing you well, free from this hell where savages rage and demons send chills. Tomorrow will come as the moon starts to fade. I'm stuck in the madness that we all call life. Depression rings in truce from the loathsome light that penetrates the mist. So coolly we tread, waiting away with stinging thoughts that we all eventually will share. Saints and saviors, night owls hoot while the crescent moon is lit up, diving into madness that dominates me and the following of lost children with their rituals. Regress and digest the land. Off to hell we take our stand for our special creed, locked in tight with our darkened dreams. All hail the Dark Lord who embraces alchemy while delivering power, unattainable on one side and cool on the other. bathing in the bloody sea, controls and infiltrates me, while skeletons shake and asteroids float, take me away on a drunken boat. Heading around midnight, going down, punishing me and my good times. So sinful yet reflective are the cries that beg for mercy while the sun fades. We are caught unaware, dead in our tracks. Learn to grow and form a pact of invincibility. United we stand, heading around midnight. Street corner lads, at home and at bay, fragile minds reveal a sacred cred. More to see while we dance with the dead, who shines a light upon us and gives us hope to our frail lives that are worth living. Passing fads, street corner lads, hustling for your lay on the streets of London in the month of May. Up next, indulging. Indulging. Savages, beasts, evil priests, 10 Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers for relief from sin. Snowfall arrive and dusted our town with cool flakes on their random shapes. I feel alive but buried deep, living one day at a time, indulging in reaping in things sublime. Like the river, twisted tales, a cavernous mind, we travel down in search of tomorrow, while a bluebird sings and good beer lifts me up to the heavens and the sky up above. Please don't go, never leave me alone. You are running through my veins like the river flows into the sparkling sea. While I wrestle with life, slowed heart, weeping veins, a call to promise, with this we age. Racing thoughts, the unadulterated mind confuses the system, colliding with time. While we are fueled by substances that release dopamine, flooding your brain, keeping you awake for many days, a call to a truce, escaping every day. A fountain of words comes through my pen, while I wrestle with life to here and back again. Escape in flight. To make love in a quiet spot by the lake, there is no escape. The illuminated universe is set ablaze. One day we will fall 6 foot into the grave. Hidden elusiveness, spiral shapes of destiny, flowing with the wind, blown out star that recedes and murmurs, a loud fall, desperately sinking into the loathsome night. One more day, escape in flight. Up next, deciphering everything. Deciphering everything. You and your creative following that celebrates with us, invading our surroundings, caught up in the cool moonlight that ravages souls as we learn from mistakes, growing from within. Our lost aura stirring with the breeze sets off time as you read subconscious thoughts, delivering hidden meanings while we enjoy our precious time. So caught up with fantasy, just in time. Lost child of the underground that thrives on witchcraft, and the streets are bloody like the Virgin's period. Wings and voices walking on the moon. I will be with you so very soon. As we decipher everything and make it our own, while lights dance and people decay, the time has come to sit and pray. A life so fine, living life to the fullest, opens up passageways of thought and desire. One by one, the destruction of time releases control, celebrating a life so fine. Pursuing intoxication at the dinner table, filled with conversation, I squander as I indulge. Messages abound for the believers of this game. I down a pint, and call out your name. Up next, Making Me a Man. Making me a man. Hazy moon, tears drip from my face. Angels and ashes fill the carnival room. Caught on fire like a fascinating rhyme. Dancing to the rhythm, making up for time. So lost on our course, I stick to the plan. On the edge of reality, making me a man. One fine day, forever now we roam into the hearts and laughter of a life so crippled by obscene creatures that stirs the madness. Lost in our own religion, we cause trouble, irritating the masses that try to control us. We will fight to the end, for this is our right to be as free as we want to be. Climbing hills and fortresses, the rich hate us, the slumlord collects our pennies, while we pray hoping for change to come to us one fine day. At the cafe, pour me a drink, I'll give you a smile. Give me a shot and I'll converse for a while. Join me at the cafe where authors meet, discussing love and wisdom. Bearded drunkard of yesterday's past, hear me calling, it is you that I grasp. Taking hold of your essence, I'll fly right for a while. Follow me now on the Indian Mile. Join in celebrations that makes me a fool. One day we'll be free to wander so cool. Variety is the spice of life. Take everything to the core. Cross over with me and see his future so refined by madmen who drink uncontrollably. Unconventional thought winks at my wild side while I delve into mayhem and madness, looking for something more. This little life so short and abrasive as I cross heaven's door, waiting for the requiem. Bless me, Father, for I am free to have you, holding me in your arms. I get inspiration from biblical figures while I write my memoirs. Innocence is special, and conformity makes you blind. Up next, Fuel to the Fire. Fuel to the fire. You must intoxicate yourself to see life in a different way. We dive into the turquoise sea, wading away in the cool breeze that baptizes our souls and gives hope to our lives, upfront and forthright, into society's secrets that we bring up at parties and meetings. This little game so construed by the testing of time, lost in an open bar of ecstasy. One man's poison is another man's passion that reflects who I am. Another drink, think really quick, have some more punch than have your lunch. Never a bore, you tell tales of pirates so lost at sea. Rum runners and whiskey runts, a call to excel, your trait, one more night to my escape. The leisurely trail of heavy promises that I enjoy makes my senses feel while I search for freedom on an abstract path that endures the wrath of the gods who shine forthright. We scaled the mountains of the mist with you, and one last kiss that sheds a light on who I am. God-forsaken midnight hikers traveling on another path that curtails events of the past and present. I am one with the sun and the lifelike blossoms that bloom. No more ruins in this little game where we claim life's possessions that bend and recoil the creatures of the night. Another place so lost in the limelight. One more for the road as we form a kinship. In the afternoon, the moon gives light by bouncing off the sun. In the city, having fun. My thoughts are interrupted by excessive behavior. The interludes that we follow deliver maddening thought that breaks apart the brain and adds fuel to the fire. Aphrodite, never coming back. Aphrodite, the most beautiful one of all, that I stare at in the gorgeous morning sunshine, giving me hope and lending me a hand. Glimmering waterfalls cleanse our weary soul as a dragon's breath picks us up for the revolution of time. Senses and feelings that keep us on track, push everything through as we are never coming back. Meeting you at the retreat. Death comes across wanton and thrillful, while we glance at paradise looking for a way out. In through the brain, on the outskirts of town, that reflects the sunbeams, holding still but manipulating voices, heard from the wild fountains, moving about in a beautiful wonderland, strutting here to there on our way to paradise through full interpretation. The wheels are burning rubber while I escape to the night sky, so lit up like a Christmas tree, longing for desire. My pulse skips a beat, meeting you at the retreat. This has been a sample reading of Beyond the Stars by me, Eric Laurence Glassman. You can get a copy by going to Amazon.com. Thank you for watching and listening. Peace and love to all.